Is manually tuning your RAM worth it for Star Citizen? Now, in the poll I did a couple of weeks ago, only 10% of you said that you do this, but the rest of you, the 90%, don't turn off the video yet, because although this is quite technical and it is a bit scary, there potentially is performance to be had. To set the scene, we are looking at my 7700X, and last time I was going through and changing the RAM speed to see how much RAM speed does affect things. You'll see that it scales basically upwards. What I wanted to do was to tune the timings tighter, but I couldn't find anything on the internet that was going to basically put it on a plate for me, because I'm not experienced with this. This is something that's kind of new for me. I'm digging into now. A lot of people suggested checking out on the Discord Buildzoid, actually hardcore overclocking channel on YouTube, which is excellent, and I watched a lot of videos there. It was very helpful. There wasn't something that was quite specific to me in terms of an AM5 motherboard with the Ryzen chips with the Samsung memory modules, and so I was a bit stuck. But thankfully, Captain Tombstone has been doing some amazing posts on Reddit. He reached out and basically said, I've helped a friend out who's got a pretty similar system to you with some Samsung memory, and here are the timings he's landed at and a few tweaks to make as well. And so he did put it on a plate for me. So I've got these timings here. I'll put them on the screen. These are in theory safe-ish timings for Samsung memory with Ryzen, the AM5 platform. I say in theory, that's only 2 systems that these will work on, but they did work fine for me. I didn't have any issues getting into Windows or instability. But if you're just sitting there thinking, oh great, I'll use these timings and I'll check that I've got Samsung memory, but then I'll put them in with my Ryzen system and it'll all be fine, just be aware that memory overclocking, tuning, whatever you want to call it, comes with a lot of different things that can go wrong. Just system stability is one. You might need to reset the BIOS. You might actually just corrupt your Windows install. You might think the system is stable, and then randomly it will just go. So there's also potentially concerns about heat of the memory itself, in terms of how well the airflow in your case is cooling the memory itself. So this isn't something to just go and do without really looking into it, and I am taking no responsibility if you completely ruin your system, but there are some timings there that you can use. But obviously the most important thing, and what we're here to look at, is how much does this actually affect performance. So we'll get the graph back up. We're in Lorville as always. We're at 1080p for CPU testing and RAM testing, because again, you don't want to be GPU bottleneck because you don't learn anything. And we are still on 317.5. 317 will be with us until the end of time, as far as I can tell. So here are the results, and you'll see a bump in performance. Obviously you'd hope for that, but considering this is a free bump in performance, you're not paying for any part, you're not upgrading anything, you're just tuning, it's pretty good. Like that's not insignificant. Obviously the 1% lows are better and the overall average is better just in Lorville. Again, it's about 4.5% increase over the stock result there, and if you were to kind of translate that to other parts of the game, that's good. The thing I didn't do, I didn't go through and tweak each individual setting. I could have pushed it further. I didn't have the time basically to go through each setting, to try the next number down, see if it's stable, run a load of memory stability software, and then go again. Like the hours that would have taken me, I'm so thankful to Captain Tombstone, because I just don't have the time to go through and do that. But you should know that if you're going to go into this, it is a serious endeavor and it will take a significant amount of time, but there is performance to be had. Now for this channel going forward, the temptation for me would be to leave these settings on and to do all my testing with tuned RAM, but I don't think that's that helpful for the average person watching this channel. Obviously this is a technical performance look at Star Citizen, and so some of you guys are really deep into this stuff and will tune this. I think actually as we saw from the poll, the majority of people just want to know how to get a bit of performance out of their PC, and they don't want to go really deep into it. So for the channel going forward, I'm just going to go back to the stock settings on this, so that I can give the average person a a viewpoint of how these parts will work, and that applies across everything I'm testing. I'm not going to go and manually tune every single thing, because I just don't think it's realistic that most people will do that. So just know that with any of the testing that I'm doing going forward, any graphs you see, there is more performance that you can get out of that by tweaking the RAM. Come and talk to us about this on the Discord. Lots of people there who know a lot more than me. And if you want to support the channel with money, that's very helpful, because all these different parts I buy cost a fortune. That's enough. I'll see you soon. Bye.